So you want to move to Vero Beach and be enjoying this 80-degree day with a slight breeze in the middle of November while living in a brand new community. I'll be going over everything you need to know about this community, things to avoid, things to look out for, and selection periods that you'll definitely want to know. You can get a steal for a pool price here, just being that everywhere else you're looking at around $100,000. So stick to the end and I'll let you know what you can actually get for a pool in here. They will have an amenity center. So if you don't want a pool and you want a community pool, it'll have that. It'll have pickleball courts. It has a gate. So the HOA fee is relatively low. Google connectivity, 8-foot high ceilings, insulation, standard impact windows. The community we are going to talk about is the High Pointe. So with that being said, if you're new to the channel, I'm Alex Artiega. I'm a Vero Beach realtor, but I cover the whole Treasure Coast. So if you are looking to move to Vero, or maybe you're looking to move to the Treasure Coast in general, subscribe to this channel because I'll give you everything you want to know, things to look out for, things to avoid, what to do, where to go, pretty much everything when it comes to Vero Beach. I'll let my information roll on the screen. You could reach out to me and my team. We'll help you days, nights, weekends, but let's just get right into this community. Okay, so we are walking into the Aurora, which the Cordella Gem is going to be where I talk to you about how much it could cost you to put a pool in this community, which you might be surprised, so stick along to the end. But as we are walking into the Aurora, it is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath with a den. You're looking at around 2,500 square feet under air, around 3,500 square feet total. But as soon as you walk in, we're going to take a left. I'll save the living room and the kitchen for later. You'll have your first bedroom, which will be right here, as you can see. Pretty standard closet, bed, typical. You do have your garage section right here, so if you want to park your golf cart, this is again the model home, so they have their parts and all other stuff, extra fridges and that. But it's a 2-car garage, a linen closet or closet right there. Then walking into your right, you'll have your laundry room right here, so pretty close to your garage. As you can see, it comes with the sink, plenty of storage space. And now this is my kind of favorite part of the home right here. I don't know why. I am a big fan of pocket doors. You've probably seen throughout all my videos, but in case you want to lock the in-laws or the kids in this section,
That's a joke, isn't it, Dad?
you have the pocket door, and you have your typical bathroom right there. And then of course they have this set up as an office, but this is one of the 3 bedrooms. And then you have your den area, which I could definitely see myself hanging out in here, especially the way they have it set up right now. They have the wine fridge right there. I'd prefer a kegerator, which would just kind of make it a little bit more appealing. But you have all of these windows, so you are getting a lot of natural light in this front room. So this could be an office, or I mean, honestly, I would leave it like that and just leave it as like a kind of like a game slash hangout room. Moving on into the home, you have your living space. So this is going to be where everyone's hanging out. You know, you have the big 8-foot ceilings. You see the details in what GHO puts in their home, so you know that you're getting quality. But you have plenty of counter space and cabinets in the kitchen, really open, really big, almost touching the ceiling, which I like. You have plenty of space if you need that. So other than that, that's pretty standard for the kitchen. I like kind of how they kind of hid the garbage disposal. I'm not the biggest fan of a garbage disposal, just because I did a lot of welding, piping, and plumbing in the military, so I hate garbage disposals. Other than that, you have your dining area right here, which again, if you don't put a pool, you still have some backyard, and as you can see, they have the fire pit and a hammock kind of connecting. So, you know, you kind of get a feel for what it's like to live in Florida. So you can walk across, and as you can see, you have these big sliders coming across. You have a view of your patio, which again, you could option to get it extended or a pool. Your fire pit right out there. So you have the main living space, and then you have the master suite, which as you can see, there's plenty of room. You could even put a love seat or a chair in the corner. You could honestly put a whole dresser across this wall, and you have the double, kind of like the bigger size nightstands with the big windows. So that's just a plus. Very open, very spacious. And then moving on, you have your walk-in closets. One's obviously bigger, so you'll have to fight over who gets what closet space. And then you have this big grand kind of car wash of a shower. I know I've said that, but in a couple other videos, but GHO does a good job of making a huge shower. Now I know some people don't like the fact that this section right here is completely open, so it could get kind of cold, kind of a minor thing to worry about. You don't have the overhead showers like some of the other models, but you can get that installed if you think about it. So you just have that one fixture standard, and then you have your bench over here. Plenty of space to actually walk into this bathroom. So I know I've mentioned in other videos I like to see pocket doors just because it's a little bit more convenient if you're handicapped or trying to get around with any type of walker or wheelchair, anything like that. You also have double sinks and then a vanity, so you can put a chair right there and get all of your makeup done. Anyways, moving on, we are going back into the living space, and this is going to be the Aurora model. And you are looking at 573.9 for this model. Also, this is another gas powered community, which is worth noting because not a lot of Florida communities are gas powered. So I know people prefer to cook with gas, and if that's a personal preference, keep this community in mind, as well as High Pointe. Okay, so before we move on to the Cordella Gem, I wanted to talk a little bit about the area because it is in a prime location in between Sebastian and Vero Beach. So I'm just gonna jump here and I'll also throw up some pictures on the map so you have a good understanding of where you're moving to if you do happen to pick the High Point. So moving on into the map, you see that you have the High Point right here, which again is located directly in between Sebastian and Vero Beach. So you kind of have the best of both worlds when it comes to that. You could drive to Sebastian, get all of the restaurants along the Riverview Park, and just kind of get a feel for Sebastian because that might be another alternative when you're looking to move to the Treasure Coast. Other than that, you have Vero Beach down south, which is maybe like 10 to 15 minutes of a drive, so it's really not that far away. You're located in between two bridges really, but two access points to get to the beach, so it's maybe a 10 to 15 minute drive to the beach, just depending on where you want to go. If you want to go to the Sebastian Inlet, which is a phenomenal place, it's an easy drive. You see you have the Sebastian Inlet State Park, so you take the Wabasso Causeway Bridge, you'll pass the Environmental Learning Center, you'll see Wabasso Beach. As soon as you cross over the bridge, you're going to take that left, head straight down to the Sebastian Inlet. You see that you have Sand Ridge, you have Bent Pine, so there's multiple golf courses in your area. As far as restaurants go, you're going to have to go to either Sebastian or Vero Beach, which is a short drive. As far as your grocery shopping goes, you're going to see that you have your Publix right down here. So this whole section, you have your Publix, Walgreens, your pharmacies, all of that good stuff, your Brooklyn Water Bagels, your Orange Theory, and that's a short drive, maybe 5 minutes away. Other than that, you have the Vero Beach Airport, which is probably like 10 minutes away. And again, it's in a great location. So if you're looking to move to Vero Beach, this might be a good alternative, especially for the price point. But let's move on, and we are going to talk about the pool. So stick around to the end because you might get a steal for a pool home here. Okay, so the Aurora model that you see right across the street, which we just looked at, is 50 feet wide by 73 feet deep. And the Capistrano Grand,
Today, Junior!
you're looking at around 50 feet wide by 70 feet, which Nicole did tell me that's kind of like the standard for the homes is 50 by 70. Of course, that's going to vary. So we are going to enter the Capistrano Grande. I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to be honest. I probably butchered that like 30 times. Let me know what your thoughts are on the name. But anyways, you're walking into the home. You have a straight view of your pool, which is beautiful. You have the waterfall that you can see. Pretty standard bedroom right here. As you can see, you have the big windows. This is kind of facing the front of the house. And then a bathroom, and again, the pocket door you could shut. So all the bedrooms are kind of separated, which is nice. So other than that, then taking a left, we're going to take a right and go into the other section of the house where you have the garage door, which is right here. And there's plenty of stuff in there. That's why I really didn't show you. But just to open it up, you see you have a 3-car garage, and you could park your golf cart right there, or your motorcycle if you ride motorcycles. You have your laundry room right here. Of course, you have your sink, and you have plenty of storage space, so no need to worry. And walking into your next bedroom, you have, this one is converted into an office, but you can see they put the shiplap on the wall, and then you have your beautiful walk-in shower. And I'm just a big fan of this bathroom altogether. And this can actually close off so you have access to your own bathroom, or you could leave it open so company could come and use this one. But you have a little bit of extra storage space, so you can see you have your air handler in here, but there you can put like your vacuum, or maybe mount some cleaning supplies up on the wall, so you don't have to use your laundry room. And then you have your den, which is going to be a little bit smaller than the Aurora model, but that's because this is 2,300 square feet under air. So as you can see, your den, no closet, pocket door, and now we are walking into your big living space, which every shot has a view of the pool, which I think is just phenomenal. Of course, it's Florida, so you could really get used to that. You have your living space right here, and another touch I like that they added was this almost frosted door into your pantry, which it's not a big walk-in pantry, but just a nice touch. It's really the details. And then plenty of counter space. Again, you have the cabinets that go all the way almost to the top, and you could see the details. They have these like brass or gold fixtures, and they even tied it into the sink, which at this price point of you would kind of expect them to start paying attention to the details, which I think is great for this community. Correction, it is 562.9. You're still 2,300 square feet under air, 3,300 square feet total. And then as you can see, you have your shots of your pool, beautiful open living space, big high ceilings. These doors open to both sides, so if you wanted to cut off the AC in the winter and you're a snowbird, then this is going to be probably the best option. Get that draft through the front door. Beautiful pool, plenty of space to host. If you want to mount, they have a picture frame right there of the TV, but you can mount a TV honestly on either wall. So I know some people are not going to be a fan of how close you are to your neighbors. Again, you're in an HOA, and this actually is pretty reasonable for some of the other HOAs I've seen, where you're actually stacked on top of your neighbor. If you want a little bit of privacy, you could obviously change the greenery as long as it's okay with the HOA. Put the Eureka palms, and then you won't see your neighbor. You might still hear a little bit of noise, but again, that just comes with living in an HOA community. And we'll touch on some of the fees in a minute, but as you can see, this is going to be your main space. If you are living in Florida, you just can't beat that. So moving on, we're going to come back inside and go into the master suite. So let's go and check that out. So the master suite is nice and spacious. It's 4 walls and a bed. You could fit a king easily. You still have plenty of space next to your nightstand. Well, this nightstand, because they kind of off-centered it, which just made the room a little bit more symmetrical with the door being right there. Plenty of space for a bigger dresser if you want to move that chair out and put up a TV. Moving on into the bathroom, you have your dual sinks and your vanity right there, so you can set up a chair, put your makeup on, and you are good to go. And then you have your big walk-in closet right here. This one's definitely bigger than this section, so you'll have to fight over that, the 2 walk-in closets. This is going to be your linen closet, as you can see, pretty standard. And I like this shower. It separates the 2 sinks, and you can see they put the details in with the different tiles in the center. So this is big, plenty of space. Other than that, you have your door right here to your toilet, and this sink does not have a space for a chair, but it's kind of tucked away in the corner. So if you don't want to see someone's stuff, whether it's plugged into the wall, the electrical, all the shavers, all that stuff, and then you have this whole section. And as you can see, this is probably out of the 3 my favorite, but let's go and talk about the community a little bit. Okay, so I am in the first phase of this community, which there are going to be 4 phases of this community to give you a little bit of the fun details. So I'm going to go over the HOA fees, the dues, and I got my cheat sheet right here. But as you can see, you have people already moving in. Construction's going to be coming by back and forth, so I might have to stop the video so it's not that loud. But if you want to be in a brand new community, this community is brand new.
No duh.
And as you can tell from some of the videos that I'll throw up, there's very limited homes that are actually built and people are moved into, but there are a few exceptions. So this community is 4 phases, like I said, 274 homes. And the lot sizes are going to vary between 50 feet wide and 60 feet wide. As far as the HOA fees and the community dues go, you're looking at a capital contribution of $1,400 and a developer fee of $1,500. So you stack that onto the top of your purchase price. And with that, let's go over the HOA fees, which is going to include your Google Fiber with your 2 boxes and your landscaping. So your lawn maintenance will be taken care of. Perfect if you are a snowbird or someone who just doesn't want to do their lawn. You are looking at $346. Another thing to kind of consider when you're moving into the community is these homes are starting at around 500,000, obviously going up. But just keep in mind when you're driving past some of those signs, let's say, for example, let's say you see a sign that says 400,000 and you get to the community where the sign said 400,000 and the price has gone up because they've developed so much and there's only a couple homes left. They may adjust those prices. As far as the time frame, you are looking at around 9 to 12 months. So please reach out to me in advance so we could get you squared away. You do have 21 days after you sign the contract to get all your selections ready. So just keep that in mind. Know that you're going to be making decisions quick, kind of have an idea. It will definitely speed up the process as far as everything else goes. Okay, so we've probably talked about everything that you've wanted to know except for the pools. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a couple communities that you could purchase a home and get a pool. You know, it comes standard with the community. So every home has a pool. This one is going to have a community center. So the High Pointe has a whole community center that's going to have a community pool. But let's say you want to explore the option of having a pool in your backyard just for convenience sake. Now, I don't give quotes for pools, but just keeping in mind that a lot of the pool homes and the quotes that some of my clients have told me they've received are in the 100,000 plus range. So usually it's 100,000 for a pool, and that is going to be a longer wait time as well. So a lot of these pool builders are experiencing, heavy demand. As you know, in Florida, everyone wants a pool. This community, the High Pointe and GHO, says that it'll be an additional 80 grand. So you're saving around 20 grand, just an estimate, and you have a home that's going to be built and a pool within 9 to 12 months. So it's really you're getting a pool home, 80,000, so a little bit less, and it's going to be built in a shorter time. So you're not going to have to deal with a lot of the contractors coming in and out, pulling permits. They're doing this as efficient as possible, which is a plus, especially for this community. So if you wanted a pool, this might be another option because you're looking at, for example, like High Pointe, starting in around the 700,000 range, and that does come with a pool. But in the High Pointe, you're looking at a pool home that's around 530, the mid 500s, and you add another 80,000. So you're kind of making out a little bit better than you would in High Pointe. Now, as far as the demand goes, there's going to be 4 phases, so you know that this is going to move pretty quick. You see with all the other GHO Homes communities that there's a demand for them, and you know the kind of quality you're getting with some of the GHO home communities. So that's going to be it for the High Pointe. And again, if you have any questions, you want to explore this, maybe some of the other communities I've touched on, please feel free to reach out. I have a whole team dedicated to helping you move to the Treasure Coast. So days, nights, weekends, my information is on the screen, and please feel free to reach out. Like this video, comment, subscribe if you want to know more about the Treasure Coast. I'll be doing more in-depth community tours, talking headshots, pretty much giving you the whole breakdown of what it's like to live on the Treasure Coast. Again, I'm Alex Artiega. I'm a real estate agent that covers the whole Treasure Coast, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video.